So earlier this year, Representative Tim Burchett, as a Trump ally, he had claimed that the FBI had uncovered a massive trove of documents relating to Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein files. They got a massive trove, and it's, you know what? They're going to come out with it, and they're finally going to expose the cabal of PDFs in the White House. That's right, or that was in government, and of course by that they just mean like, oh, we're gonna smear Democrats. That's really what happened. Okay, but now that the FBI is like, what Epstein files? What Epstein files? There's no list. What are you talking about? There never was one. Come on. Now Burchett is saying something completely different.
Today, the FBI found 1,400 new files. Now, I don't know, they're as crooked as a dog's leg, as we say in East Tennessee. I don't trust any of them. I think the files existed at one time. I think they were destroyed in the previous administration.
Are you saying the previous administration destroyed everything, or are you saying that the Trump administration is basically doing the same thing as the previous administration?
No, I think they destroyed everything. I think.
So why wouldn't Pam Bondi say that?
She doesn't have any proof of it. I think she got over her skis pretty much, saying all this stuff. The files are on my desk. I'm going to release it, and then she releases stuff that I knew. So I just don't think. I think they all got out there, got a little excited, and I don't think they exist.
Okay, well, hold on. So they existed in February when he was saying, oh, yeah, look, that's that the FBI said they got a whole trove of them files, man. And again, that's what Bondi was saying. I got them literally on my desk. And yet, somehow, they were destroyed by Joe Biden. But how does that make any kind of logical sense? I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? You're saying that the documents that Bondi claimed were literally on her desk. Oh yeah, they're right there, right here. I got them right here. And that's after Joe Biden left. Okay, because that's February. All right, February. Joe Biden was no longer president, no longer in the White House. So after he left, somehow those files that were sitting on Bondi's desk were destroyed by Joe Biden? What the hell? Okay, assuming this is true, because their story makes absolutely no sense, right? But if that were true, then it would mean that that Pam Bondi didn't just get a little excited over this. It would mean that she flat out lied. Oh yeah, no, we got the goods. We're going to come out with it. Here it comes. Here comes the Epstein files. Oh, no. Again, she lied. Not only to Tim Burchett's face, but to all of MAGA. Unless, of course, Tim Burchett, you're in on it too, right? You're just running cover for Donald Trump. Blaming Joe Biden for destroying documents after he left the White House. And by the way, how can you also claim, and this is the new thing, right? Video. Oh, we have the raw video from the jail that Epstein, right of the jail cell. There's an hour missing. There's an hour missing. And not only that, but apparently that so-called raw file that they released that has an hour missing of it was edited in Premiere Pro. It's according to Wired. Okay, metadata embedded in the video and analyzed by Wired magazine and independent video forensics experts shows that rather than being a direct export from the prison surveillance system, the footage of Epstein's cell was modified, likely using Premiere Pro. The file appears to have been assembled from at least 2 different source videos, saved multiple times, exported, and then uploaded to the DOJ website, where again it was presented as raw footage. That ain't raw. That's been processed. Okay then. Wow. Huh. Now, you were going to you're going to blow this whole thing wide open. And instead, what happened is that, well, now you've just created even more conspiracy theories. Okay, then. Wow. Good job. Look, this is very interesting, too. Getting back to what Burchett was saying about, oh, yeah, no, the Biden, he destroyed it. Really? He was able to do that? I thought you guys were saying that he was so mentally not there that he couldn't even talk, that he doesn't even know that he's alive. That's a quote from Donald Trump. Well, Biden, he doesn't even know that he's alive. And yet somehow he could destroy the Epstein files. That what? Or can order them destroy. You've got to be kidding me. This entire thing just keeps getting dumber and dumber and dumber. Stupid. I don't. Again, if these files do exist, and I'm not saying 100% that they do, I'm just saying if they do, it's much more likely now more than ever to believe that Donald Trump is in these files. Why else would this administration do what they're doing and be so shady about it and just openly lie about it? I mean, honestly, and I'm not saying either that if they do exist, it doesn't necessarily mean that Donald Trump 100% engaged in sex with underage teenage girls. We don't know, but it could. He could have, and it wouldn't shock me at all if he did. I mean, look, Trump. I mean, remember he was the Miss Universe pageant. He used to hold that, and during that time, it's been documented, noted that he used to go into the girls' changing rooms, okay? And some of those girls that are in the changing rooms in various, stages of undress and putting on costumes, whatever, some of them were underage. Yeah. No wonder you get this response from Trump now when you ask about, hey, what about the Epstein files?
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? What a desecration? That seems like a desecration. Right. Definitely sounds like somebody who might have something to hide, because you sure don't want to talk about it. Very strange. Very strange. I know. Epstein who? It's a coffee boy, right? Never knew him. Never seen him before in my life. I don't know who this Epstein person is. Why you still want to talk about him? Look, okay. I know some of you are thinking, look, I know, yes, we're having fun with this, but you know how the MAGAs are. They're not going to care. They're going to be like, whatever. Well, some, at the moment, are none too thrilled about this, to be fair. In fact, one ex-user who usually supports, posts supportive ass-kissy-like tweets in support of Trump, posted this. Let's face it, we've been played again. You fell for it again, did you? Yeah. How many awards does that make? Another added, we got no deep state arrests, and they literally spit on our face with no Epstein client list, said another. Another said, the Epstein files will never be released. All evidence of foul play has been destroyed. We have been played. No justice for children, no truth, nothing. But guys, okay, what if it never existed? What if it never existed? Well, look, I think it does. I honestly think that, yes, it does. It probably does. Look, an attorney representing Epstein's victims is saying that not only did this exist, but the administration is holding back that information. Sigrid McCauley, who's representing several Epstein victims in their civil cases, said that the government has yet to disclose any of the information collected from Epstein's computers. Quote, I think what's really astonishing about this recent disclosure from the government is that they know they are sitting on a treasure trove of information, and they're not turning it over. And I've worked these cases for over 10 years now. There's a plethora of information that the public has not been able to see regarding relating to Epstein and his co-conspirators, McCauley told News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas. So there it is. I think that information does exist. I think Donald Trump is involved. I mean, you cannot tell me that somebody who palled around with a guy, flew around in his jet, partied with him, and openly said he's like, oh, Epstein. Oh, yeah, no, great guy. Love him. You know what? I hear that he likes beautiful women just as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. You're gonna tell me that guy had no idea what was going on and isn't in these files, especially considering the way he is acting now? I might as well have stupid plastered on my forehead. Okay. Even the MAGAs are like, we're not that dumb. I mean, we're dumb, but we're not that dumb. Come on. But what do you think we are? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't answer that question. Okay, just move on. But look, Trump, he even told Bill O'Reilly, okay, that the reason that he didn't want to release Epstein files, he says, quote, you don't want to affect people's lives. Wait, I thought the whole point was to unmask the people that are preying on children. And I was like, oh, I don't want to affect people's lives. Bill O'Reilly, another sex pest, by the way, told News Nation, quote, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with his conduct. They maybe had lunch with him, or maybe he had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed. Oh, really? Because there's not going to be any context. The media doesn't care about context. Who's part of the media? Bill O'Reilly. You are, yes. And Bill O'Reilly doesn't seem to care about context either. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings by putting out the files, whatever they may be. So wait, he's saying that they do exist, but he's saying, well, we can't release them because, well, it's going to hurt people. What people? Which people? Again, I love that you have two sex pests, Bill O'Reilly and Donald Trump. Okay, Bill O'Reilly with his falafel, all right, and Trump, who was found liable for sexually abusing a woman, E. Jean Carroll, okay, they're out there talking about how, oh, no, we need to protect the people who hung out with Jeffrey Epstein because, you know, it might just destroy their lives. You know whose lives wouldn't be destroyed? People who didn't hang out with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying. Yeah. Getting back to Burchett, though, I mean, yeah, people like Burchett, I'm not surprised to see them go full conspiracy theory. Of course, about a conspiracy theory, probably because, I don't know, lying like that just kind of comes naturally to them. I don't know. But it could be the fact that maybe some of them, they just want to cover it up to protect Donald Trump. I don't know the reasoning, but whatever the truth is, and whether or not these files actually exist or not, and who's on them, it looks like so far at this moment, this conspiracy is not going to go away. This will continue to be a pain for this administration. And you know what? I'm here for it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.